Hi, so I just wanted to do a quick reading for myself actually, and I'm really drawn to these cards at the moment, the Gospel of Aradia, and I was going to pull myself a card, but I was told very clearly that no, I needed to pull 3 cards when I was shuffling, and that there would be a past, present and future card. So this is something I've done for myself, but I'm being guided to record it, so I may still post it up. I'm sorry the picture's being cut out, but I've just got my phone, and last time I posted it up, I did it landscape mode and it didn't really post very well, so it may be cut off, but that's okay. So the first card I pulled was the past, and that was the masculine. Now, because I haven't used these cards much, I looked up the meaning, and it talked about how in the times of Aradia, the masculine started to exert its authority and have power over the women instead of walking side by side, as it had done the divine feminine and the divine masculine side by side. And in her era, the masculine started to what's the word? Anyway, you know what I mean. Started to push down the feminine and exert their power and influence and make the feminine more subordinate. So that for me was for the past, and in my personal life I've had a lot of masculine energy, the darker side of this domination, the strength, that kind of thing, overpowering the feminine. And it's been something that I've been trying to work towards clearing for quite a few years, a lot of years. But the card also talks about how the masculine can be strong, caring, nurturing, protective, and that kind of energy as well, which for me personally, I haven't experienced a lot of. So for that card to be in the past, I think is quite appropriate. Also, I've been working on myself, trying to embrace the masculine side within me and balancing that with my feminine energies. It's also been strange in that the masculine, because that was so domineering in my life, that was something that in my own personal body, spirit I should say, it became domineering as well. And I guess that was reflecting what I had in the 3D reality. So the feminine was actually very closed off and unloved and unnurtured inside of me. And I still find it hard to always dress like a woman. I don't wear makeup, don't wear jewelry, don't wear fancy girly clothes all the time, and that's something that's been suppressed in me that I've had to work on bringing out and allowing myself to embrace. And pink, I never liked pink, I always wear blue. So the second card, pilgrimage, represents, which is also for the present in this reading, but it represents what I've been doing for quite a few years, is a pilgrimage of myself, a journey, a transition of healing all those past wounds and transmuting them into lessons of love. It hasn't been easy, and it's something that I still work on, I suppose, to some extent. All those little things that come up every now and then that, you know, you don't always expect. There's always some aspect there that still needs to be healed. But I have grown quite significantly, that's for sure. And I love how that's in the middle of the present, and that's how I still feel. That, you know, that's what I've been working on presently, still. But as you can see in this card, the 2 feet are perfectly equal. They're balanced. And just ahead on the stone path are daisies, spring, which reminds me of spring and blooming and flowering. And it tells me that as I'm about to step forward, perhaps my pilgrimage has now come to an end in a lot of ways, and I'm about to step onto a greener pasture, a path of blossoming. So maybe my transformation is near completion and I'm about to bloom myself, which is an awesome card. So it's been quite a pilgrimage with my soul's journey in rediscovering myself and who I have been. I became quite lost in my last relationship, and I didn't know who Louise was anymore. I didn't know who she was and what I liked and what I wanted to do. And so it's nice to try and sort of see a symbol that I've reached a stage where that's now, you know, hopefully that period of my life of rediscovering is now hopefully come to an end, a major end. I mean, obviously there will still be that growth continually, but, you know, hopefully the biggest hurdles, I suppose, are gone. On the right, for the future, I pulled fecundity. And that's about fertility and blossoming. And I think it's such a juxtaposition that she has autumn leaves behind her. And when I think of fertility, you often associate that with spring. But I like that they're behind her, you know, and there are a few in her hands around the blossoming flowers and apple. And I think that shows that the wounds are behind her, the falling leaves, you know, that era is behind her, but yet she takes some of the lessons in her heart with her and carries them forward. But she has ripe apple, and blossoming roses. And I think it just shows, you know, fruit and bountiful harvest and beautiful blooming flowers. So she's very strong, and I like how in her eyes she's like looking at me with such determination and confidence and power and love and care. And she's like holding that as if to say, these are my gifts and they're for you. So as a past, present and future reading, I think that's a very positive one. You know, I've had the oppression and the domination of the masculine. I've sought to balance that within myself and my life. And I've been on a pilgrimage of healing wounds. And now fertility and flow is about to come into my life. So I may have been watching a few too many twin flames here, but readings on YouTube. But I do notice from that, which has taught me, the masculine on the left here is looking straight at the feminine, as if to say, I've got you in my sights. You're not getting away. I'm coming. Such determination there. And the woman is looking at me with her head turned from him. I might just try and move this a bit closer. And she's like, confidence. But as if to say, you think so, do you? But her body is facing him. and her head is turned as if in, you know, annoyance. But she's still open to him because she is facing him with a bountiful gift in her heart. His body isn't quite full on turned to her. It's still just turned slightly away. But I feel like that's just about to turn because the way he's intent on looking at her. He's not letting her out of his sights. So, yeah. And actually that's the other thing I did notice, which is a bit hard to see. But he also has autumn leaves in his crown. And they're the same maple leaf, I assume. He's wearing them on his crown. And she's holding them. And they are behind her. It's like a identification thing, like a matching thing, like I have these leaves and I've been looking for someone with the same leaves. And she has them. She's carried them forward for him and he's wearing them in his crown. And they match and they see that they are a match. So we take that out and put those two there. They are the same. The same. So anyway, I don't know if this makes sense to anyone else, but and I don't know if, yeah, why I'm really recording this and why I'm about to post it. But I was guided to, so I am following that. But this was a personal reading for myself. Today is the 24th of September 2017. I nearly said 2014, which is really strange. Anyway, yeah, so there we go. Let me know what you think. All right, hopefully this brings a message too for someone else. Obviously, that's why I'm posting it. Okay, blessings to you all. Bye.